Welcome to Azad Bioacademy. Today, I will talk about action potential. As you know, action potential is a very vast thing. So, before going to detail, I will just give you some basic of action potential, membrane potential, and some ion channels, receptors, which are basically connected to the action potential. Okay, so firstly, different types of ions, ion channels, receptors, and then action potential conduction, and finally refractory period. So the video will be somewhat longer. Okay, so stay with me. So come to the first part of this action potential, that is different types of ion channels which are basically present. As our topic is action potential, so we have to consider the action potential are basically responsible for some skeletal muscles, cardiac muscles, smooth muscles, and we can say the nerve cells. Okay, and membrane potential is applicable for each and every cell. So as our topic is action potential, so we'll consider as a nerve cell for the details discussion. Okay, so if I just consider nerve cell uh, on which I will discuss the action potential, so how many numbers of ion channels are there and what are their roles. Okay, so firstly, if you think this is the membrane of nerve cells, so how many ion channels are there? So firstly, uh, if I just discuss one after another stepwise. So firstly, I will talk about the channel, that is leak channel. Okay, leak channel. You know, nerve cell has different types of leak channels: sodium channel, potassium channel, and chloride channel. Some leak channel. What does it mean, leak channel? Leak channel means is the protein channel which is always open. Okay, but in nerve cell, you know, the leak channels is basically considered as a potassium channel. Okay, potassium channel. Why it is considered as a potassium channel? Because leak channel, potassium exit through the leak channel is frequently happens in the nerve cell. Because you know the molecular size of sodium is somewhat larger than potassium, so frequently sodium cannot enter or exit through the leak sodium channel as chloride channel. So leak channel, through the leak channel, basically potassium exit. Okay, so one of the major ion channel on the surface of the membrane of the nerve cell, that is potassium channel. Okay, that can be considered as a leak channel. Second one is sodium potassium ATPase. ATPase. This is also called sodium potassium ATPase or sodium potassium pump. You can say this is the exchanger channel. Okay, and this channel is basically activated by the energy, that is ATPase. Okay, so that will use the ATP for the energy production, and that will contribute for the conduction of sodium and potassium through the channel. That means through this channel, 3 sodium will exit and 2 potassium will enter. Okay, so if I just think this is the number 1, that is leak channel, and this channel is, you can say this is just as I consider the ATPase. So this is the channel through which 3 sodium will exit and 2 potassium will enter. Okay, potassium will enter, and basically here the leak channel, so potassium will exit, which is leak channel, that is always open channel. Okay, so you can just consider sodium potassium ATPase channel as like a sodium potassium pump. Okay, and third one is you can consider as a mechanical sodium channel. Okay, mechanical sodium channel. What does it mean, mechanical sodium channel? This is very sensitive. A mechanical force, that is, you can say touch, you can say pressure, and that is very sensitive. That sodium channel is present on the surface of the membrane of the nerve cell. Just like that. In general, this is not open as like the leak channel, but it needs some mechanical forces like touch, pressure, and then it will open, and through this sodium will enter. But remember, this mechanical sodium channel, you can say touch sensitive sodium channel, is not like the voltage gated ion channel. Okay, remember it. So you can say the mechanical sodium channel, or you can say this is another one is touch sensitive sodium channel. Okay, sodium channel. Okay, fourth one is you can say voltage gated ion channel. That is voltage gated ion channel. Ion channels. So voltage gated ion channels means the channels will open or close by the influence of voltage difference, that is the potential changes. Okay, so that is the voltage gated ion channels. You can say voltage gated ion channels are sodium channel, potassium channel, chloride channel, like that. Okay, here in nerve cell, voltage gated sodium channel and potassium channel are very much prominent than the chloride channel. And the fifth one is ligand gated ion channel. Ligand gated ion channel. That means ligands, endogenous or exogenous ligands, are needed to open the channel or close the channel. That means ligand is a must to control the ion channel. That can be ligand gated ion channel, that can be ligand gated sodium channel, ligand gated chloride channel, ligand gated potassium channel, like that. Okay, so basically here ligand gated sodium, ligand gated calcium, or ligand gated chloride channel are there. Okay, so these types of ion channels are basically present in the nerve cell. Okay, so the leak channel, what would be the role of leak channel, what would be the role of sodium potassium pump, mechanical sodium channel, voltage gated channel, and ligand gated ion channels. Just I will just discuss the roles of these channels regarding the action potential. Okay, so before going to the action potential, we should think about their roles, the basic roles. There is leak channel, basically exit through this channel, basically exit the potassium, and that will maintain the graded potential as well as basically graded potential. So I will discuss later on. Sodium potassium pump, that will basically maintain the resting potential. Mechanical sodium channel, that is very much sensitive to the touch or pressure, but it will not as like as a voltage gated sodium channel, that will work below the threshold level, that is in sub threshold level or regraded potential. And voltage gated ion channel is very much important because that channel is basically contribute for the action potential. Okay, and the ligand gated ion channels, you know, the ligands are basically neurotransmitters, hormones, and other biochemicals which basically work on the specific receptor, and that receptor will control the ion channels. Okay, so this is the basic of ion channels which are basically responsible for the action potential. Okay.